Lexi is Peter's wife.
Lexi is Buck's wife. Emma is Pete's wife.
Okay. Yes. All right. Hi.
Okay. Hi, Ann. Hi.
Where'd you and Tracy meet?
Online.
No shame in that. That's where we found our vet.
That's great. That's really good.
Yeah, it'll help you get through this.
I'm sorry, what?
Finally, a movie perfect for this podcast.
I've never heard
of it. It's a disaster. No wonder you haven't heard of it, Jackson. This movie, it made its way around the festival market here in America for several months and was very highly acclaimed and finally got a limited release in actual theaters across the country. But when I say limited, I say limited. Like, I was looking around and went, oh, it's playing nearby. Okay, I'll go and see it next week. Next week, not playing there anymore. The only place it was playing was at this tiny little theater in Brooklyn, which, for anybody who has seen The Warriors, you know, from Harlem to Brooklyn, that's a long-ass way. And I went on Google Maps and looked at it and went, well, that looks like a lovely place to be mugged. So instead, I just looked up online and found, oh, hey, it's on demand. Which is great, because it's a comedy, and you don't have to see a comedy on a big screen. You can see it on your regular TV. So, plus, it's typically cheaper, which in this case, for me, it was cheaper. So, yeah, I watched this on demand.
And 100% less chance of being mugged.
I don't know, I'm in New York. I could have someone burst through the window at any moment and mug me. Give me your on-demand movies. Alright. But yeah, it's a disaster. It's, as I said, it's currently available on demand, and it's a small indie film, so it's going to be on Netflix in like a month. But it is still in a few theaters if anybody can find it. This is a movie that is about David Cross and Julia Stiles play this couple who have been dating for 3 dates. This is their third date, and she's decided to invite him over to her friend's house for couples brunch. It's a weekly thing that her friend hosts where couples are allowed to come over. They each bring a dish. It is something that boring people do. And I'm just going to say this right now to everybody. There is a twist in this movie, and I'm not going to... And the thing is, you can't really talk about this without talking about the twist. It's one of those things kind of like Cabin in the Woods, where if you watch the trailer, you know what the twist is. They tell you what the twist is. However, if you can manage to go into this movie not knowing anything about it, the twist is one of the greatest things in the world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a very short snippet of a review here, tell you whatever I can without talking about the twist. I will give my rating, then I will give you a little warning, and then I will talk about the rest of the movie involving the twist. So here it is. They go over, it's couples brunch, and basically David Cross serves as the avatar for the audience, because he's kind of like the normal guy, and everybody else there has their own little thing. There's the nerd who won't get off his phone trying to buy an issue of X-Men on eBay, the first appearance of Alpha Flight, he keeps reminding everyone. There's the like hippie couple there. There's the main couple the ones who host the brunch, and they are clearly I am so fed up with my husband. I'm so fed up with my wife, but just never say it. Like that kind of like constant like simmering under that constant passive aggressiveness there. But yeah, it's really incredibly witty dialogue just throughout this whole thing. I was loving seeing just the little bits of, like the little hints of reactions, like that really basic kind of like, wait, what just happened? Kind of reactions that everybody has. It's very natural, very real, but at the same time, hilarious. All the dialogue is incredibly clever. I love each of the characters. Each of the characters stand out perfectly. One other character I should point out is that there is also the nerd is dating a 12th grade chemistry teacher who's like the smart one and the one who's kind of like repressed and constantly saying, you once did cocaine? No, that's terrible. What? Don't you know what that does to your body? Like, that's the kind of thing that she says to the hippie person. But yeah, it's great interactions. I love seeing each of these characters bounce off each other. The twist is fantastic. The only real problem is I have a small problem with how it ends. And if it hadn't been for that, I would have given it 5 stars, but instead I'm just going to give it a high 4 stars. It is totally worth watching, completely worth the $6.99 that's available for streaming. Definitely check it out. Alright. So that's what the movie is without the spoiler. Alright, so anybody who wants to see this movie, get off now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so David Cross is, he's the guy there kind of like reacting to, I don't know who any of these people are, I'm suddenly finding out that my girlfriend used to date someone else, all just going back and forth, and then all of a sudden, the twist gets entered that the couple that holds the brunch is getting a divorce. And that kind of rocks everyone's world. You start seeing people going out of their minds, like, what's happening? They don't know what, this is totally new to them. They weren't expecting it at all. And forget all that shit, because 5 minutes after that happens, the neighbor knocks on the door and goes, do you guys have any batteries for my flashlight? No, why are you asking? And why are you wearing a hazmat suit? You guys didn't hear? A bunch of dirty bombs just got set off downtown, and you guys are all going to die in about 2 hours. That's the twist! And
oh my god!
About half an hour into this, it turns into the world has been attacked. New York, Los Angeles, Florida, all over the place. They never say where this place is, but it stars a bunch of kind of like mid-30s hipsters, so it's got to be Austin. But not to mention they do talk about the Longhorn game, so it's got to be somewhere in Texas. But yeah, so a bunch of dirty bombs got set up downtown, and suddenly these people just start going, oh shit! What's going to happen? And that's what the remaining hour of this movie is. It is such a perfect, like I said, if you don't know the movie, it is such there's no way you saw it coming, except for little tiny hints. And it is fantastic seeing all these people react to this. Like, the nerd is going, who could this be? Like, we gotta, break this down. He's constantly looking out the window. He's going, oh man, they're going to capture me for my knowledge of pop culture. The science teacher suddenly just goes, she just breaks down and suddenly starts going, well, fuck all that shit. I'm going to just make my own ecstasy. I've never done anything bad in my life. I'm just going to start doing as many drugs as I can.
So she breaks bad.
She goes Breaking Bad like that. The couple who was about to get divorced, they still are just kind of bitchy, but then all of a sudden it starts coming out that, hey, we've been hiding a lot of shit from each other, and we now hate each other even more. But the thing that I love the most is that the hippie chick and the hippie guy never break character. She is a hippie chick from start to finish. He's a hippie guy from start to finish. They're just like, hey, whatever, man. And it plays perfectly into this. You never get tired of any of these characters. It's fantastic. And each of them, because they know each other, are just fighting back and forth constantly. But David Cross, because he's the new guy, he's, once again, still the avatar for the audience. He's just like, yeah, fuck all your problems, okay? I'm trying to find a radio. There's a great moment where the guy who's about to get divorced is looking at a picture of his soon-to-be ex-wife, and David Cross comes in and goes, okay, did you find a radio in here? Oh, man, I was looking and I found this photo of her. It was funny. We always used to take pictures of, and then David Cross just walks out of the room. Just does not have time for your shit. It's so good. Oh, this movie is hilarious from start to finish. And as I said, the dialogue is fantastic. It's some of my favorite witty dialogue. And as I said, dirty bombs are typically radiation, but eventually they kind of realize this is beyond radiation. This is also this is chemical as well, so there's no way we're going to survive this at all. And that's when it goes into the next level of craziness, because that's when they're they see neighbors out there trying to get in, and they just start turning on them. It's so good. As I said, my only problem is that at the end of the film, it kind of almost felt to me like they just went, oh shit, I don't know how to end this. Well, what if we do this, and one of the characters just completely changes personality in a way that's there is no way we would not have seen this coming. There was no way no hints of this would have not been there. And it's totally out of the blue. And don't get me wrong, during this, the dialogue is still great. It's still hilarious. I still loved it. But it did seem like a total, just alright, fuck, man, I don't know where to go with this. Alright, let's just end it like this. And yeah, that's the only thing that really dropped it down for me. But as I said, man, it is still a high 4 movie. If it had not have done that at the end, this would have been a high competitor for my top 10 of 2013. So, yeah, everybody go out there, see It's a Disaster. Anybody have any questions?
Is it, in fact, a disaster?
I just said I love this movie. It's not a disaster.
Okay, then no question.
It's ending.
Yeah, okay then. I saw so many. I went on Rotten Tomatoes to check, and it's got a few negative reviews, and each of them was like, "Well, I guess the title was telling you what was coming." It's like, if you're doing that joke, if you're doing that, you lose your credit card. Your
credit card.
You know what? Give me your credit card too, damn it.
Give me your credit card so you don't have to pay for any more movies.
I got an apocalypse to prepare for, motherfucker.
Things are going to degrade very quickly. The rules of society are going to break down. Your life is going to be in the hands of the people you can trust. Do you have any weapons? Guns, mace, crossbows?
Oh, what? Well, it was building to the big finale and you just cut it off right before it ended.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. Is having a party?
Brunch.
Guess I missed my invite.